Okay, yesterday, on August 31st, 2011, it was the last day of the old DC universe, as well as kind of the start of the new DC universe, even though the first Justice League arc takes place 5 years before all the other stories. So how did Flashpoint end? Well, you find out in Flashpoint 5, spoiler alert, that this whole thing happened because Barry Allen tried to go back in time to save his mother's life. Being that he's not very adept at time travel, he kind of wrecked all of time trying to do it. Yeah, so all of Flashpoint, all the ancillary times, are because Barry decided to go back and try to save his mother's life. That's like a horrible thing to do, but throughout the series of Flashpoint, Barry's old memories being replaced with the new memories of the current continuity for Flashpoint. He finally runs into the Reverse Flash. So the Reverse Flash runs into him. And then kind of lets him go, oh, you don't know what's actually happening? Okay. Weird flash punch to the back of the head. Barry remembers, what he did, bits and pieces of the old continuity, bits and pieces of the new continuity. And then as Reverse Flash is monologuing about, I now stuffed the time stream, you can't do anything to me, blah, 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 I can kill you whenever I want to. He then gets gutted by Thomas Wayne Batman. Not Thomas Wayne, Earth 2 Owlman, Crime Syndicate of America. This is Thomas Wayne regular Batman. Which one I've heard was probably by far one of the best stories of the whole arc. Who essentially, runs Thane through and goes, you shouldn't talk. Which makes perfect sense. You really should not monologue in the middle of a battle, especially if you're a speedster. So that ends up happening. Barry then has to tell his mother, you kinda have to die, or else, like, billions of lives are lost. And so then Barry goes back in time and he tries to set everything right. But since he doesn't really know that much about the past, let's say 20 years of continuity, remember, he died in Crisis on Infinite Earths and came back in Final Crisis. There's a big block that he doesn't really quite know about. He knows bits and pieces of it, but there's a huge spot that's just kind of a meh. So he goes back in time. He tries to fix things. So new DC continuity is based off of Flash trying to fix things and not knowing everything about everyone. That's how come you're going to see small character changes. However, since he's really good friends with Hal Jordan, almost everything that's happened during the Green Lantern run is going to stay the same. So the new continuity is going to have, fairly decent reboots for most characters except for Green Lantern. Green Lantern is pretty much going to stay the same. Now, the nice thing was, one of the very, very last things that Flash did in regular Flashpoint, he was given a note by Thomas. Thomas actually was making a note for his son Bruce. So the nice thing was, the very, very last scenes you actually get to see in the old DC universe was Bruce Wayne reading a note from his father. Like a freshly made note. Because Barry kind of told Thomas all about his son. And that was kind of touching, okay, I mean, it definitely going to put a little something different into Bruce's character. Knowing that his father took the same path he did after he was killed, that same path that Bruce took when his parents were killed. And it's actually pretty interesting. So that having been said, if you don't like the new DC universe, you gotta blame Barry. I guess that's a Flash fact.